Hi there, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts, UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Today I have got another set of new products for you. We love new products, and of course the catalogue has gone live, so everyone can get their hands on them now, not just us lucky demonstrators. So this is, well, lots of new things. Why am I limiting myself? So first things first, it's all to do with Memories and More. So our lovely new Memories and More packaging, because we've gone over to this really clean black and white packaging, lovely. But, and here's the brilliant thing, we've now got Memories and More cards and envelopes that come in little packs. You get 10 cards and 10 envelopes in each. You can either get the small or the large, and they are just the right size for Memories and More cards. So this is from the delightfully detailed Memories and More card pack, and all I've done to the card is round the corners with our lovely new corner rounder, and then matted it on some black cardstock. I've done the stamping, absolutely, that is from the matching Detailed with Love stamp set, but I've matted it up on some of our layering ovals. But all I have done is take a card out of the pack, do some stamping and stick the whole thing down. So this lovely watercolour background is not me doing anything fancy, it's just one of the cards. So the first thing to do, obviously, is to look at the suite, because there is so much to look at. Let me see if I can find it in the catalogue. Here we go. Because you can see inside the catalogue now. So if you go to page 38, you will see the beginning of the delightfully detailed suite. We've got the stamp set, which I've just shown you. We've got faceted dots. Oh, I've got those. Oh, let me show you. There we are. No, yes, no, yes. I've been rather jumping up and down on these, so they've got a bit muddled up. But faceted dots, polka dot tulle ribbon, which I have used on the card, the detailed trio punch, which is a corner, a tag and a detailed punch, the laser cut paper, which I will show you in a later project. You can get printed note cards and envelopes, and then the Memories and More. The printed note cards and envelopes work really well with the laser cut specialty paper, and as I say, I will show you that later, as in a later project. Although that said, can I find, yes, I might be able to. One of the things we did at Onstage was play with aforementioned delightfully detailed note cards and envelopes. So they're printed note cards, they're white inside and then printed on the outside. And oh gosh, and here's the rain again. Well, there's a surprise. And then there's this laser cut, which is either very vanilla or whisper white, depending on which side you use. So that's one of the less fussy laser cut pieces. What I can also show you is these were the other samples that we saw. So yeah. So that's that, but then we come over, oh, I was going to say we come over and then we get some more, but we don't. So that is the suite. You can bundle the stamp set and the punch, and if you notice here, this stamp here, you can use with the punch. Lovely! I haven't, but I could. So yeah, really, really pretty, really delicate. And because we've got the Memories and More cards and envelopes, so easy. So let's have a look at the Memories and More cards. I have picked one out to use, but the sets have changed very slightly. You don't get quite so many cards in them, but you get more goodness. So the previous cards you got, I think it was 72, and you now get, let me just check that again, you now get 56, but you get more of the extra bits. So they're, as ever, double-sided cards in both the smaller size, whoops, and they fly, the smaller size and the larger size, and they are gorgeous. And the colours in this are Grapefruit Grove. Let me check. Grapefruit Grove, Basic Black, Mint Macaron, and I want to say Rich Raspberry, but maybe not. No, I think it might be Blackcurrant Bliss. I'm just getting to know it all. Blackberry Bliss. Sorry, Blackberry Bliss. Oh, yes, Blackberry Bliss, Grapefruit Grove, Mint Macaron, black and white. So, you get the usual double-sided, whoops, I'm just taking out the really lovely goodness, the usual double-sided small, the usual double-sided large, and they are gorgeous. Look at that, oh, quartz. You get laser cut, whoops, laser cut Memories and More cards, which obviously you can use on the cards, or you can use them as something in a Memories and More album. And you then get sheets of stickers, but you don't just get one, which we got in the old set, you get 2 of each. So if you want to share these with a friend, you don't have to say, but I want that one, and have an argument over it. You can each have one of these sheets of stickers. So really great idea. Split them with a friend. And then you also get the die cuts in the smaller size as well. So, yum, 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 yum. I would always sandwich all my die cuts and extra bits between my layers of other cards, because that way they stay safe. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the easiest way to get them back into the package is put the large cards in first, and then you'll see that the flaps go in opposite directions, so you want to try and avoid this flap. So turn it over, and then put your smaller cards in on top, because then they'll go all the way to the bottom of the box. And if you don't do that, they won't go all the way to the bottom of the box. So there you are, just a basic, very basic little tip. And then it all closes up nicely. So, as I say, I have done a bit of prep. So I have got a small Memories and More card. I've had better days. Let's not always think that things are, whoops, that fell out by mistake. Things aren't always good, so, you know, let's just accept that. But I'm not using that size, so it doesn't matter. I have pre-cut a piece of the Dazzling Diamond glimmer paper. This isn't the new, because I haven't been able to order the new yet. Well, I can now, but as of filming, I haven't been able to. I have cut a piece of Mint Macaron that is just very, very slightly larger than the Memories and More card, as in the card that I've taken out of the packet. As opposed to this, it's slightly smaller than the card that I'm now taking out of the packet. So that's that. I've got some tulle, ribbon, I've got some dimensionals, I have got my Mint Macaron in the new style ink pad. So let's make this card. I don't need the faceted gems, I was just showing those to you. So get the stamp and a block. There we go, one block. This is an D block. I'm going to put that on diagonally. And a scrap of Whisper White. So my Mint Macaron in the lovely new style ink pad. Just ink that up. Make sure it's nicely inked. And don't need to use too much of this. Pop this down. Hold it there. I always like to count for sort of 3-ish. Gorgeous. Now that is going to dry slightly lighter, because these things do. That's not quite the only thing we're going to need the ink for. So actually, while that's drying, got my envelope, and I like to remind my ladies who come to class that they do have an envelope that has a stamping surface on it. So it'd be a shame not to use it, really. Do you know, I think we're even getting lightning now, so this could be interesting. We may or may not get to the end of this video without lightning going. Oh, and I need to stamp in the middle as well. So, teeny weeny block, a not so teeny weeny block, and the mint macaron again. See, I was going to do some gardening later. It's not going to happen. So ink this up, pop it kind of in the middle of the flap of my envelope, then take one of the little floral bits and stamp that kind of in the middle. And then sentiment. So last time I said life is sweeter with you. Life is sweeter with friends like you. This time I think I'll just go for a simple happy birthday. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting back end of a video. Okay, small block, ink that up inside of my card, and this is the lumpy side of the fold. So happy birthday, hold it down. I do apologise for the noise, but there's not much I can do, unfortunately. When it rains, and we just have to put up with it. So, okay. Right, so layering ovals, I've got the right size oval, so I'll whiz that through the Big Shot. Hopefully it will behave. And it has, so there we are. That's that. Then some dimensionals on the back. Good grief! It is rain, it's not hail, it just sounds like hail. This is what it was like last night, and we ended up with almost flooding in the lane outside where we live. We live down a muddy track, and trust me, it's muddy at the moment. It was getting quite dry. The plus, of course, is that it means I don't have to water my garden. So let's think positive. So let's pop that on there. Dimensionals are a very good way of sticking things to glimmer paper because they sort of get into the glimmer. Right, okay, so let's sort this out. So in order to use sorry, I've lost my layering ovals. Oh, that's because they're down on the floor. In order to use the corner punch, you just go in with your corner and you punch straight down. Don't try and punch just one side. Punch straight down, and again, and again, and again. And then while we're using the corner, let's do the mint macaron as well. And it's really easy, gets a really good corner, beautiful. Then to do this, we go again, it's a corner punch, and we just go straight in. I always would recommend that you do your rounding before you do your detail. And then that will go on there, and you can see the detail there. So let's stick all that down. Where's my snail? There we are. Now I'm going to avoid the corners because the corners, obviously, we've got things punched out. So we don't want glue right in the corner because otherwise the glue will poke through. That there. And then on the back of my glimmer paper, which is behaving, which is jolly good of it. I'm going to pop this slightly higher up than I did on my original. And then with my piece of tulle ribbon, I'm just going to do a double bunny-eared bow. So 2 loops, and just tie those in a half knot. Oops. Might need to use a slightly larger piece, y'all. 2 loops, or certainly a bigger loop. 2 loops and a half knot. And there we go. Then what I tend to do is stick a finger into one of the loops and then pull the tail, and then stick the corresponding finger of the other hand in the other loop, because fingers are pretty much the same size on each hand. They're not actually exactly the same size, but they're close. And then get that the right sort of size, and it gives you a better idea of, and of course change the whole thing. Let's tighten it up a bit more. That's better. Come on, in you go. Tulle is very, very manipulable, if that's a word. You can manipulate it really easily. That's better. Right, now, the thing with this tulle ribbon is the dots are in rows. So, diagonal rows. So you can go, I'll have that diagonal row, thank you. And, okay, we've gone that way. So we'll go that way as well. So we'll go that way, thank you. Right, okay. So, glue dot is somewhere, was on the other side of the room. See, I put it in with something as one of the other projects I've just filmed. Pop that down on there. Then this gets glue on the back, and that is more than enough. Fold our card, bone folder, and pop that on the front of our card, and there we go. As the heavens continue to open, just straightening that card out. I didn't burnish it completely straight. It's absolutely pouring down. I might be locked in here for a while yet because I'm not in the main house, and if anyone thinks I'm going out in this, they've got another think coming. So, clear the decks a bit. Good grief, if you can still hear me, there are our 2 cards. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much indeed for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up in spite of the percussion outside. If you don't already subscribe, it's about there to subscribe. All the dimensions and all that good stuff are on my blog, which is linked immediately below. If you want to buy anything, if you look, there's a link tree link. If you click on that, there's a link there to my online store, so you can go straight over to that and get your new goodies sorted out. Any questions, queries, do leave me a comment and I will get back to you with any answers, etc, etc, in the next few days. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!